Well, it's not Taco Tuesday, but I think tacos are good any day of the week, and especially ones that are kind of like street tacos that use some of those small tortillas. And so this is going to be a twist, though, on your normal taco that you might be used to. Yes, it has some of the regular ingredients you have for taco seasoning. Other things really a little bit on the different side. So we'll kind of start here with the tortillas up front. Now, when you're eating food, you know, if you put a little char on some food, like your burgers, your hot dogs, your steaks, that char has really good flavor, right? As long as it's not too much char. So what I've done here, I've actually put a little bit of char here on my tortillas to give them that little bit of extra flavor on these. These are small ones, by the way. I'll show you how I charred here in just a second. We're going to use cilantro in two different ways, just as a garnish on top, but I've already used some cilantro to kind of make a cream, if you will, that's going to go on top of this. Then, of course, things that you can put on top here, you have avocado. Of course, can't use that one today, sorry, Ron, because that is not ripe. And some lime juice, if you want more lime juice. And the reason I say if you want more is because of what I have going on right here. This is a lime cilantro cream that I've already made. We're going to be drizzling this on top of the tacos once we are done. So what we're going to do here now is just go ahead and fire up my little oven here, if you will. And we're any kind of poultry, any kind of protein you want, go for it. This can be beef, this can be shrimp, this can be chicken. I have chosen shrimp for today. Also doing something a little different. Instead of like a lettuce or whatever, we're going to be putting in cabbage instead. This is cabbage, red cabbage, green cabbage, and also some diced up carrots are in there too. So as my oil begins to warm up here, because we are going to use oil, generally extra virgin olive oil. Generally, I like to use raw shrimp, but because of timing purposes, I went ahead and bought the shrimp that's already cooked. If that's the route you decide to go, please keep in mind that with shrimp that's already been cooked, the more you heat it, after it's already been cooked, it starts getting really rubbery. So you might want to go there with using the raw shrimp instead of the already cooked shrimp if you're cooking at home. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and add this in here, add some shrimp in there, and get that going. But as we begin to cook this and start getting things ready here, now we're just going to add in our seasonings. Seasoning-wise, what I'll begin to add in here is going to be a little bit of garlic powder. If you want a little bit of salt to go with this, you can also go with a garlic salt. Then we're going to add in a pretty good amount here of smoked paprika. I like the smoked versus the regular. This we have here is Old Bay seasoning. Yes, that's a little bit different there for a taco, but it's going to work great. Then just kind of your typical flavors for a taco seasoning will be your cumin, and then here a little bit of your chili powder. If you want some more heat, you could go with a chipotle powder. So now as this begins to cook, warms things up, defrosts my frozen shrimp that are in here, just stir it up really well. You're not going to add the cabbage or anything into this. You're just going to kind of let all these flavors meld together inside your pan here, and that is going to be it. Then you're going to be dressing your taco once this is all done. So now we're going to kind of let this come to a simmer here, stirring often so nothing sticks. The way I made the sauce that's going to go on top of these tacos is it calls for about 1 cup of mayonnaise. So I made sure I did about 2 cups of mayonnaise just for Ron on this one. Kidding, Ron. I made a healthier version. This is fat-free Greek yogurt that I mixed in there. It is about 2 tablespoons of chopped up, very finely chopped up cilantro, a clove of garlic is in there, and then the juice of about 1 lime. Mix it all together, throw it in the fridge so it gets cold. Do it overnight, because even though it's kind of thick, those flavors will really kind of start to pull out, and then just stir it up right before you're about to serve it. As for your tortillas, as I mentioned earlier, what I did here is I have a creme brulee, what do you call this thing? A torch. If you have just like a gas stove, you can do the same thing. Just put the tortilla on top for a few seconds. But what I have here is my creme brulee torch, and all I do is just kind of really quickly move the torch around the tortilla to give it that little bit of a char there. That's all you have to do, and again, that's going to give it a little bit more flavor. That is all you have to do here. At the very end, once it's all said and done, you make your taco by putting on a little bit here of your shredded up cabbage and carrots and things of that nature. And sometimes when you buy this pre-bought, it might be a little too big, especially for your little shells there. Put that on. And then as your shrimp are continuing to cook and they're almost done, you'll toss them on top. You'll put a little bit of the cream here on top, and you'll put some of your cilantro on top. And again, if you want more lime juice, avocados, whatever, you'll dress that as well. So the shrimp is almost done. Gonna let it heat up for a few more seconds. Gonna dress the taco and send it over to Ron in his forecast here in a couple of minutes.